See this 1965 Chevy pickup? We got a dual master cylinder booster. We got an LS swap 5.7 in there, aluminum radiator. We went ahead and powder coated our inner fenders and such to get the engine bay looking pretty nice. We've got brand new windshield, brand new rubber. We got our upholstery redone, new carpeting, Dakota digital dash. We got a brand new roof, all painted up looking nice, as is the interior. We went ahead and swapped it from a small window to a big window. We chopped the frame. We chopped our bed right here. We got brand new bedwood inside. We got it slammed on airbags, of course, and we've got disc brakes up front. Now, 18 days ago, this was a bone stock, really rusty, rat-infested truck. The rust on the roof was so bad you could literally put your hands right up inside it. The bone stock height, drum brakes, single reservoir master cylinder, you get a leak anywhere in the line and you are dead. It was a long bed, small window, the upholstery was just atrocious. The bedwood was completely missing altogether. It had a big ugly bumper on the back that some people actually like. 3 on the tree, manual transmission, 292, straight 6 engine. This week on our continuing journey of our what was to what is 1965 chop drop and LS swap, it's the LS swap. All right, we are back with our 1965 chop drop LS swap. This week it's all about the LS swap. Going to be showing you how to modify the engine with your engine mounts, transmission mounts, miscellaneous things we want to keep, miscellaneous things we want to get rid of. We've got a drop oil pan from Holley that's going to make it really short on the oil pan so we can drop it this low to the ground. And we've got miscellaneous other things from Holley they were kind enough to send us. So stay tuned. We're going to be getting this in by the end of the week.
When do you start setting this up? You guys can.
I was setting, okay, the exhaust manifolds, we can toss those. So straight up chuck that.
Keep the hardware. I don't know if we have.
Yeah, keep the hardware in case. Yep, bag and tag, bag and tag. So what's the year, make, the year and the size of this engine?
It's a 5.7.
Oh, okay. Just for giggles, what's the hypothetical mileage?
The guy said 85,000.
Wow, that's pretty good. What'd you pick it up for? Wow, that's pretty good. Not bad. You know, assuming he ain't lying his ass off. All right, so I'm obviously getting on with my age, and this is tough work on your body. You really got to take care of yourself when you're doing this kind of stuff. I don't really do that a lot, so my back is killing me most of the time when you see this. Edgar was nice enough to go ahead and strip the things off the engine that we didn't need. Now, typically that's going to be like the air conditioning compressor, alternator, a lot of times that bracket. I'll be taking the wires off. I'll be taking the coil packs off. Now, some of those things will go back up on the engine. I'll clean them up and such, but I like to have the engine stripped pretty naked because I want to be able to sure that I can, get it in the shoebox there that I need to, and that I don't have anything that's going to be hitting the frame and yada yada yada. Give me a second, Simon, please. Simon, give me a second. Let's take a look at these two oil pans. Here is your brand new one and here's your old one. So you can see how much taller this is. If we were to try to install this in the engine, in the frame, our engine would be sitting like this. We want our engine to be sitting as level as possible. We'll need 2 or 3 degrees. A lot of times when you see conversions, they're really jacked up. If that happens, it's going to throw off your drive shaft and it's going to give you vibration. So we want to get this as even as possible. That's what this oil pan's doing for us. We get a baffle right here, what this is doing, or a wind tray. And what that does is it just keeps the oil in the lower portion down here, and it doesn't let it slop around a lot when you guys because they're doing donuts and stuff. You're going to have a shorter pickup tube because, of course, you have a shorter pan right here to pick it up in. Another nice thing about this is that it has two holes right here, so you can actually bolt this into the correct place with two bolts in there. When they came from the factory, for some reason, they only put in one bolt. So if it came out, then you had no oil pickup and your engine blew up. So this is a really nice design. It comes with your gasket too, and all the hardware you need. Good way to go. All right, so I want you to see something on this oil pan. A couple of extra things, actually. One, this type of oil gasket right here, you don't need to put any silicone on that. You don't, none of the gasket sealer, none of that stuff. This gasket is like super, super duper, never gonna leak, don't need to do anything extra to it at all. There is a weird thing though when on these oil pans is that there is a bolt hole right here and right here and here. And what happens is that's on the bottom of the transmission right here. See this? There's one here and one on the other side. So what happens is, if you were to put this up there and get it all bolted in and bolt all these on, then go ahead and try to bolt these on, what's going to happen is you're going to have this locked into place and it's not going to move back. So what you need to do is you need to just get this oil pan on there, get it up there relatively snug, but still loose enough to where when we tighten up these bolts, it'll move back. After we tighten these bolts, then we can tighten these bolts and you're done. So keep an eye on that. Edgar's going to be taking care of the oil pan for me, so I'm going to get started on the LS Swap motor frame mounts that we got from Hooker. You keep bothering me for. How long am I supposed to get done with this? You keep bothering me. Every time I turn around, it's a camera in my face. Go away, go away. So we got the frame mounts on, and now we're going to put the mounts on the engine. Now what I like about these mounts is that they are very versatile, and you can slide them back and forth. So I can get the engine in the bay, and then I can move it forward or back to get it right in the right spot without having to unbolt and bolt things back on like you do a lot of the other motor mounts. Okay, so this motor mount won't fit with this air conditioning bracket on here. So I'll have to modify something, or we'll have to get the other bracket, or. Oh crap, what's this guy? Engine and transmission's all ready to go in, so I'm going to go ahead and install the transmission mount while Edgar and Simon get the engine hoist all set up for me.
Is it too low right there?
Might be. Let's try it. Come on back.
Straighten them out.
All right, keep her coming.
So see if we grab.
Yep, keep her coming.
That's it.
Is it hitting the control arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta jack it up.
All right. Maybe go back a little bit more so you can stick the block under there.
Oh, I'm just taking the whole in dead center. He figures.
Okay.
Just grab it.
There you go. All right, that ought to work.
Lay it sideways to get a more surface area.
Oh yeah, good idea. Cool. All right, come on back. All right, come on down.
That looks way off, just so you know.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go forward some.
Come back this way?
Yep, just a little bit. That's good right there. Keep coming down, and then we'll see what happens.
We're gonna have to move these engine mounts because this is basically lined up.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with any. The transmission mount's no relation.
Oh,
it may not be in the right position at all.
We're just putting this here.
Yeah,
So
all right.
move this back.
I mean, we might move these too, but those holes lined up, so that's why I went with that.
I'll just say that.
What, be bent?
No, I guess it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Come back this way.
Okay, let me get the bolts for that.
No, it's supposed to be way up here.
Oh.
We basically put the one side in, and then that's how most of them are. It's not ever going to be perfectly balanced.
Like push it over this way, dude.
Okay.
All right, back up. Boom.
Okay.
Do you want to get a nut on there? Or is it?
No, we're just mocking up for a moment. We don't need a nut on it.
Yeah, that kind
All right, so let's lower it down some more and get this side bolted in, and
Do the lowering or do the. You got,
keep in mind this will slide too.
don't put your hand right there.
So you can-
Trying to lower.
Yeah. I'm gonna-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was wondering. I don't even know from there.
Like, that's fucking awesome.
Okay.
A little more. All right.
Okay.
No more?
So then we just need a tape measure from left to right and see when the tranny's middled. No, we can move the engine forward back an inch or two.
No, I'm saying if we. He's talking about the degree, but I was.
Oh, the degree.
If we.
Yeah, we
shimmed the
put-
back,
yeah, right.
You could change it, but.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna sit. Nice, like, because this is.
I think
low
we're
all the way. This is
pretty
on
good,
the
pretty close. I think we'll take that bracket out of the tunnel of the drive shaft though. This thing here. So next we just got to put our cab on because we have to check our clearances. Got to make sure the transmission hump doesn't hit, that we're far enough from the firewall. So let's see if that all looks nice and neat, huh? Yeah, we're gonna put this on now. Okay. So everybody got their
Yeah,
gig on. All right. So let's just get the cab over here as close as possible to right here. Okay, and get it lined up, you know, like that. Yeah, there you go. Okay, right, good, good. Okay. All right, so now what you need to do is get on this side and 45 this guy up. Get it so that it balances, you know, right at that.
Just make sure you're comfortable where your legs are not.
Yeah, you really got to watch where everything's at. Yeah, you might even want to like get over here and like feel your way out and.
From the hood if you want, but make sure you have somewhere comfortable to stand. If you need to walk with me or else you're not doing nothing. 1, 2, 3.
All right, beautiful. All right, and then we.
Is that a 45?
Yeah, you get it to where, you know, you don't have weight on it, you know what I mean? Like you can balance it. There you go. All right, and then we just slide on over. Slide on over.
That's the snoot.
There we go now. All right, killer cool.
It's going to be super
It's all right.
close over. If nothing
Yeah,
else,
we're
we'll
good.
have to-
All right, bring it over a little bit more. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Yeah, take it all the way up as close as possible. Yeah, keep going, yeah. Okay, all right, let's start bringing it down, see what she looks like.
Well, we're going to have to push it forward now.
Yeah, but I wanted to kind of keep it from the engine to some degree, so we had a little bit of clearance on there, but yeah, let's give it a try. Let's bring it forward. Let's just see dumping it straight down and see. Yeah, come forward if you can, Edgar. More?
I think we'll live with that for now.
Okay, yeah, right there's good. Yeah. If you can scoot you one hair closer to you, might be nice.
I thought we wanted to save that one hair for the.
Okay. Well, I meant that way, but. All right, go ahead. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Give me some clearance on that dipstick, or
Yeah.
got enough room?
Nah, but it's okay. Bring it down anyway.
Good.
Yeah, looking good.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Okay. All right, so that's looking okay-ish from here. Let's get the cab centered on the exact spots, and then I think we'll bring the engine just a little bit further forward because we got enough room up here in the front, and that's a little crowded. So I can't just blindly pull the engine forward. I have to know where to stop. In order to do that, I have to put in the Champion radiator that we got from Champion. Now, it's a big, bad, beefy radiator, a little bit bigger than the original. That's why we want to put it in now, see what kind of space it is, because a lot of times you look at these conversions, they either have no space in there at all, or they've got too much space in there, and you have to remember that the fan with the electric fan with the fan shroud is going to be going on there, so you have to have all those things up to make sure you've got an aesthetically proportionate engine bay. Capiche? The front radiator mounts off of this thing. And then we need to make some new ones a little bit bigger. And the other problem is too, is that we only got X amount of room over here. Man, haven't I warned you before?
I believe I have been warned. You see how effective it's been? Simon and Dave are in a battle of who can make a radiator support faster and better. Who can build a better mousetrap?
That mouse being trapped.
Dave is cutting and welding his. Simon is cutting reliefs and bending his over a jig. What you got?
I guess technically it's not done yet because we need a hole, but that's for lineup. So we'll drill the hole based off, you know, we need a forward or background, which means we have to do it. Not original engine, not original radiator, so we can go this way, and we'll drill a hole accordingly. You gotta get the radiator core support in here to gauge, but you can always, that's basically a generic part, which means it's usually as fat as this is, so that's basically your max right there. It's not much out there. But we could go that way and swing if we needed to. So that's based off of here, so let's get a measurement on that radiator window. Electric fan's already installed and we'll know where we want it.
I guess honestly the biggest test would be which one of these actually work.
Oh, good answer.
These are too tall.
Oh, there you go.
And you can't have a bolt like this in there. It's going to dig in the bottom of the radiator. That's going to need to be dished in.
Actually, that's a design flaw on both sets.
I didn't finish mine yet. That's why I've been waiting.
That's not finished hardware either.
It was patient. Wanted to see exactly how to apply it. So this way.
All right, well, I think we get too much space in the motor here, so I think we just take the engine a little bit further forward. So what's going on is that we've got brand new cab mounts. We didn't use the old ones, got brand new cab mounts on there. We want the cab exactly where it's going to be. Then we can see where it is in relation to the motor. Is it too much gap in the front or the back or whatever? What's nice about these particular motor mount is that you don't have to bolt them and unbolt them because they just slide. So we'll just slide this to where it's more aesthetically pleasable, and then we're all set for this. Then we're going to go ahead and pull the cab off. We'll go ahead and get started on some of this rust repair and some miscellaneous things like that. Yeah, okay. Now you gotta, yeah, keep going.
We left the vise on the ground.
You?
Engine and transmission is in, everything's looking really nice and square, and everything's coming along nicely. Now look, I understand that when you watch this, you're thinking, oh geez, Dave's got it easy because he's got all the tools and he knows everything to do and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that is true to a reasonable degree. But trust you me, we don't have any special tools. We're not using lifts to take the cab off. I don't have any kind of special magic that I'm working with, and I have plenty of frustrations when I'm doing this stuff. When we had to put in the transmission mount, I had to take out a couple of other rivets I didn't expect. We had to beat the old one out. We had to beat the new one in, and it kind of beat up on us too a little bit. But that is just the way it goes. I want you to know that you don't need special tools for this. You can do this at home, you and a couple of your buddies. This is obtainable things. I'm not a genius by any standard of the imagination. So if I can do it, you can do it too, because I'm here to help you. And so is everybody else at Brothers. Now next week what I'm going to be doing is all the other stuff that goes with that engine. So I'll be measuring the drive line, I'll be working on the exhaust, we'll start wiring off the engine, I'll start working on the gas tank, putting in the new high pressure fuel pump and miscellaneous other things like that that you need for your LS swap. So make sure you check us out on Instagram and I don't know, the other things that we got. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, because you're not going to see this thing when it's done, and then your mom's going to make fun of you and your dad and your friends, and you're just going to be wondering for the rest of your life. It's going to go on and on and on. Is that a bit much?